Hi. I'm at, as they say, a loss for words. I don't know how old anyone watching this is, but all I gotta say is your 20s are so weird. It's this strange gap of time where there are so many expectations laid upon you, whether you like it or not, whether you want them or not, they're there, deeply embedded into society, into our everyday culture. Also, not to assume your culture, maybe it's different in your culture, but for American culture, your 20s are really strange. In their 20s, a lot of people are pursuing a higher education. A lot of people are living on their own for the very first time, providing for themselves for the very first time. For a lot of people, they're weaving themselves into a more permanent position in the workforce. You're emotionally developing. For some of us, we're still physically developing. Also, you're expected to be a budding socialite who has lots of friends and goes on lots of dates and finds the love of your life. That's only scratching the surface. That's the beginning of your 20s. Let's not get to mortgages, taxes, healthcare, responsibility, individual fulfillment. The list goes on and on. Your 20s can be a total clusterfuck, to put it bluntly. Sorry, Mom. Everyone has their own version of that clusterfuck. I totally should have used a different term. Everyone has their own version of that mess. Some people are more social, some people get a better job, some people don't pursue an education. Everything is like ebbs and flows. Everything in life is peaks and valleys, and some peaks are higher for some people, some valleys are lower for some people. But man, I am in the heat of my 20s. I turned 26 almost a half a year ago, which, oh boy, as I'm thinking that, the anxiety levels are rising, stress filling my body. And somewhere along the line, I had this epiphany. It's kind of a stupid realization, to be honest, but I had this moment where I just stopped and I thought, holy shit, I'm 10 years older than I was when I was 16. I'm not anywhere near being a teenager anymore. I'm 26, I'm an adult. Like, this is very much real. I'm not 21 being like, still a youngster, still hanging with the kids. No, that's not my reality. Very young at heart, don't get me wrong. This skincare routine keeps a boy looking fresh. I'm basically 7. Just kidding, I need to wear sunblock far more often. But so I had that epiphany while simultaneously realizing that I'm also halfway through my 20s and a boy just got stressed. All of that on top of everyday life just kind of made me crumble. And then I'm pretty quickly drowning in guilt because that's not something that's really that harmful. Ooh, you're stressed by something everyone else goes through. Cool. Not to mention everything else the world is going through in terms of politics, in terms of gun violence, in terms of climate change. All of that stacked on top of each other, when I started to really think about it, made me feel very small and very insignificant. And for a moment, I just thought, I just need to not do anything. Not even that I need to not do anything. It was more, how do I do anything? And does anything I do actually matter? Your 20s. Welcome to your 20s. If you're not in them, look forward to them. If you're in them, please tell me it's the same for you. Please, please validate all these insecurities, please. When the calendar flipped over and 2019 began, I unintentionally went on a journey of self-exploration. Fully unintentional. I feel like I'm always exploring who I am and exploring who I want to be and what I want to get out of this life, but something about this year, I really had a moment where I had to truly think about it. It was like I hit a dead end and I was like, okay, do I want to go back? Do I want to go a new direction? What do I want to do here? So while simultaneously trying to hold it all together and get a fucking grip, I began to reimagine what my life could be versus what it is. So I immediately, like any other person, signed up for a marathon and had a set number of days that I had to be committed to something. So I'm running a marathon in a week. I've been training for 3 to 4 months roughly, which gave me time to think, and it also kept me in the moment, I guess, because I had to be focused on training every single day. I couldn't just let days slip away from me. Every single day was important in its own little way. I started focusing a lot more on sustainability, trying to figure out how to decrease my personal carbon footprint. I clearly took a pause on a lot of things creative, to be honest, and had to figure out which ones I actually liked, which ones were actually something I wanted to continue to pursue, and a whole lot of other things involving friends and family and just life. So much life. And here I am. Do I look the same? Do I look different? Have I changed? Probably not. Basically still me. I feel good though. I feel pretty good. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I think that that's gonna continue through my 20s, frankly. That's what it sounds like anytime I talk to anybody. They say your 20s are continue to be chaos, continue to confuse you, and continue to throw you for a loop. So super excited to only be halfway through. Halfway to go, great! Super looking forward to more stress, more crises. Can I get an exhaustion? Can I get a confusion? Can I get a, is this chapter done yet? My main takeaways from this year thus far have been to bring more good into my life and to focus more on the good. I feel like that can be applied to so many different areas of your life. And by no means does that mean that everything always needs to be good and rainbows and flowers. Not true, not gonna happen. But to make an effort to surround yourself with good and goodness, there's gotta be a better word than that. To make that effort has made me genuinely happier and made me genuinely more focused and more okay with enduring the chaos. Because that's half the fun. Half the fun is to walk through the mist and have no idea what's on the other side. So yeah, that's kind of a teaspoon in my mind at the moment. Don't know if anyone cares, don't know if anyone was waiting for that, but I kind of needed to break the seal on these YouTube videos because the longer I waited, the more I dreaded making one. So now that the bag is open, hopefully I can get into making more because I miss it. I genuinely miss it. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thanks for waiting if you were waiting, and hopefully I'll see you guys sometime soon.